Call this May 5th work session to order. First, we need to approve the agenda, and I need a motion to do so.
So moved.
Mr. Toole,
Second.
Mr. Hammond, all in favor? Passes 4-0. Next, we have superintendent's report.
Thank you, board members. Thank you, staff, for being here. Few things for the superintendent's report tonight. Of course, probably the thing that any student can tell you in our school system, we have 14 days remaining, and some of the students would probably say 13 and a half, I think, right? Two of those may be at my home, but so we appreciate the great work that staff continues to do as we close out a wonderful school year that's been full of accolades and accomplishments, and look forward to celebrating our seniors. As the board knows, we do graduation May the 23rd at Aikens Ford Arena this year, and OC will graduate at 3 p.m. and North will follow at 6 p.m. Of course, board members, you're also aware that we've kicked off our honors programs with our 5% breakfast for both Oconee and North recently, and got to celebrate those distinguished graduates, or soon-to-be graduates, that rate in the top 5% of our school district, and many more honors nights and recognitions to follow for not only those seniors, but many, many more of our students. I want to thank the board and staff members, families and friends that joined us at 4 p.m. for our retiring educators celebration. 19 employees with nearly 400 years of service to Oconee County Schools that had held several roles throughout the years, but the one goal of just supporting our students. And that shone through with the smiles and celebrations. So I appreciate the board being there. That means a lot to our staff and their families that you were there to take part and celebrate in those celebrations. Also want to point out that we also had recently our work-based learning employer and mentor appreciation reception. 122 students, 80 different businesses, 31,730 hours, and no, I did not count all those myself, of opportunities for our students, totaling an investment, workplace skills investment for our community of over $300,000. So tremendous opportunities and experiences for our students to continue their hands-on learning. It's a busy month of May, and we have, again, lots of celebrations. Just a few that we want to point out that hopefully you've already seen. May 1st was School Principals Day, so we thank all the principals in the room once again for their outstanding leadership of our schools. We also celebrated School Lunch Hero Day, and hopefully you saw that on social media, where we celebrated our outstanding cafeteria workers that work so hard each day for our students. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and so our schools have started kicking off their celebrations with the tremendous support of our families and business partners to recognize our hardworking teachers. This week is also School Nurse Appreciation Day. That's going to be middle of the week. And then we also will celebrate Speech and Language Pathologist Appreciation Day on the 18th of May. So lots of things going on in the district. I want to congratulate some of our staff members, Ms. Jennifer Whitaker, who was approved recently as our incoming Chief Academic Officer, and also Ms. Sarah Bailey, who the board approved to be the next principal of High Shoals Elementary School. We appreciate their leadership, all they've done, and what we know we'll do going forward. A few more celebrations. We have been notified here recently by the Governor's Office of Student Achievement that we have several schools that have received what we call the Single Statewide Accountability System Awards, and those recognize schools for high academic performance and growth. Those were Column Ferry, High Shoals, Malcolm Bridge, and Rocky Branch Elementary Schools, along with Malcolm Bridge and Oconee Middle School, as well as North Oconee and Oconee High Schools. We also had 9 schools recognized recently by the Georgia Department of Education as math leaders, and had a ceremony that, again, Steve documented for us and put out on social media to celebrate those 9 schools, again, having high achievement through our students. One thing I'd love to point out from an athletic standpoint, cue Mr. Carter at any point here, North Oconee Gymnastics won its 6th straight state championship. Mr. Carter? There you go. My notes say this has never been done in Georgia high school gymnastics, dating back to 1988. So quite an achievement there, and we have many more teams that are still involved in athletic endeavors and playoffs, and so we want to wish them the best as they continue to represent Oconee so well. We did also have an opportunity to celebrate some individual students. Recently we had Cadence Keese, who was a student at Oconee County High School, or is a student at Oconee County High School, who earned a U.S. Naval Academy appointment. And Representative Mike Collins was on hand to provide that appointment, and her friends and family and Mr. Stevens and his staff did a wonderful job making that just an outstanding ceremony. We've celebrated many of those over the years, and this one was a special one as well. So congratulations to Cadence and all the educators and family members that poured into her as well. And that will wrap up the superintendent's report at this time, unless there's any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Branch. Any questions? Next, we have presentations and discussions, and we'll start with the teaching and learning report. Dr. Stansel.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Branch. The May 2025 Teaching and Learning Report contains 2 items of information and 1 action item. The first item of information is our Future Educators Signing Day. Congratulations to the seniors from Oconee County and North Oconee High Schools who participated in Future Educators Signing Day at the Civic Center. These students signed letters of commitment to pursue a career in education. Oconee County Schools is excited to see how these individuals will impact the next generation of students. The second item of information, as Dr. Branch already mentioned, is the Work-Based Learning Mentor Appreciation Banquet. The annual banquet was held on Thursday, April 24th at the Civic Center. A total of 122 students from North Oconee and Oconee County High Schools participated in work-based learning this school year, and a total of 80 businesses partnered with this program to provide this opportunity to our students. At the banquet, Urgent Care of Oconee and University Blood and Cancer Center were recognized as our Employers of the Year. Our action item for the May Board of Education meeting is the CTAE Local Plan and Grants. Each year, the OCS Career, Technical, and Agricultural Education Department has the opportunity to apply for federal funding through the Carl D. Perkins Vocational and Technical Education Act and several state grants for the purpose of improving our CTAE programs. The superintendent's recommendation is for the Board of Education to approve the FY26 CTAE local plan at the May 12th, 2025 Board of Education meeting. And that concludes the teaching and learning report, unless there are any questions.
Any questions?
I'm going to start with a quick comment and then a question. This is bittersweet because I think it may be your last presentation to us. And
It is.
we're so grateful to you for all of your work in so many capacities here in Oconee County Schools. You've done a phenomenal job. And when it comes to the CTAE opportunities, I'm a big proponent of that because I think it's great when we can have young people experience many different kind of workforce readiness options so that when they graduate, they know maybe which fields they want to go into. So the more students we can get to do a CTAE class, the better. How many, what percentage would you say currently participates in a CTAE class?
In both of our high schools, around 99% of our students participate in CTAE courses. So almost all of our students have participated at some level in CTAE.
That's great. Love to hear it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Dr. Stansel.
All right, thank you.
Next, we have Student Services, Dr. Yancey.
Good evening, Dr. Branch and board members. The May 2025 Student Services Report includes 2 items of information and 1 action item. The first item of information, as Dr. Branch mentioned, our upcoming graduation ceremonies on May 23rd. Both Oconee County High School and North Oconee High School will graduate at Akins Ford Arena on May 23rd. Oconee's graduation will begin at 3 p.m. and North Oconee's graduation will start at 6 p.m. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our 2025 graduates. We continue to be amazed at all our graduates accomplish as students at Oconee within our school system, and we're excited to see what the future holds for all of them. In addition, I would also like to say thank you to Mr. Stevens and Mr. Carter and their teams as we prepared for a new venue and for graduations. Their dedication and efforts have not gone unnoticed, so thank you. The second item of information pertains to our School Resource Officer Program. Since our last meeting, Corporal Richards, who is assigned to North Oconee High School, has taken a leave of absence but is scheduled to return to his role later this month. During his absence, Deputy Shook has joined the SRO program and is serving North Oconee High School during Corporal Richards' absence. Sheriff Hale and his team continue to recruit qualified deputies for our SRO positions based on the criteria jointly established with Oconee County Schools. New deputies will be added as soon as qualified candidates become available, and we'll continue to keep you updated as our SRO program continues to grow. Student Services has one action item for the May 5th Board of Education work session. The action item is an out-of-state field trip. The trip is for Oconee County High School girls basketball team to travel to Spartanburg, South Carolina. The superintendent's recommendation is to approve the out-of-state field trip as presented. And this concludes Student Services report, unless you have any questions.
Any questions?
I have a quick SRO question. Just for a reminder for the public, what are the stats now as far as which schools have an SRO, which are outstanding? And is there currently a time frame or recruitment effort to get those people in place, maybe by the beginning of school? Have they indicated the possibility of that?
Yes, sir. They'll all be back at the start of the school year, and there are just two schools. If you remember last month, I reported on Dove Creek Middle, and then today North Oconee. But he does have a replacement, and Deputy Shook will go into another school when the school year opens.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have technology. Mr. McCullers.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom. Good evening, board members. Dr. Branch. Oconee County Schools Technology Services Report for May 5th includes 2 informational items and no action items. Information item number 1, student and staff device update. Over the past few weeks, the technology operations team has been hard at work preparing new Chromebooks, laptops, and desktop devices for our students and staff as a part of our yearly replacement cycle. This process includes onboarding our devices into our inventory system, conducting quality checks, and meeting with end users to ensure smooth account and data migrations. Our goals this year were to complete student Chromebook swaps prior to Georgia Milestones testing and to replace staff laptops before the end of the school year. I'm pleased to report that both of those goals will be achieved. We swapped 204 student Chromebooks, 259 staff laptops, and 119 desktop computers. Additionally, 2 CTAE labs, one at each high school, will receive new desktop computers during post-planning. Special thank you goes out to Lisa Bell, Lisa Lombardo, Christy Toole, Katie Dixon, and all of our school-based TSTs for their dedication and teamwork in making this transition seamless. Information item number 2, technology support for state assessments. Technology Services plays an essential role in supporting the preparation and administration of state assessments, including the Georgia Milestones Integrate and End of Course assessments, the Georgia Alternate Assessment 2.0, and the WIDA Access and Alternate Access for ELLs. To ensure a secure and successful testing experience, Technology Services coordinated efforts across multiple teams. The network team prepared our testing servers and optimized connectivity. The technology operations team conducted student device readiness checks at each school, and our instructional technology specialists worked alongside school administrators to coordinate practice tests. This year, Oconee County Schools will successfully facilitate 28,795 test sessions across these 5 major state tests. Special recognition goes to Mr. Chris Plummer, Director of Technology and Assessment, for his outstanding organizational leadership throughout each testing window. And with that, that concludes the Technology Service Report. Unless you have any questions.
Questions? Thank you, Mr. Colors.
Yes, sir.
Next, we have operations from Dr. White.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Branch. Operations has 4 items of information this evening and 1 action item for this month's regular session. The first informational item for operations is an update on our energy report. Our kilowatt usage per day for 1,000 square feet has been updated for the month of April. The second informational item is our transportation update. For the previous month, we had 34 field trips, 54 athletic trips, 27 special education trips, 152 buses deployed for a total of 7,781 miles. Our third item of information is an update on school nutrition participation for the month of April. Board members, you'll see that we saw an increase in participation for breakfast of 0.2% and an increase of lunch participation of 1.52% as compared to April of 2024. The fourth item of information is an update on bus driver training. The Transportation Department hosts quarterly meetings with all drivers to focus on safety, updates, and procedures. The OCS Transportation Department recently won a competitive opportunity to partner with the Georgia Department of Public Safety to provide a training simulator to all bus drivers to focus on situational awareness and safety. This allowed drivers to be exposed to a variety of real-world scenarios and admittedly have a little fun. Our action item for next week's board meeting are activity buses. These are 14 passenger vehicles that do not require a CDL to transport students. These vehicles will be used by a variety of student organizations that do not require a full-size school bus and give us greater flexibility for transporting students. The superintendent's recommendation is for the Board of Education to approve rush truck centers with a bid of $252,000 based on state contract pricing. This project would be paid for using ELOST and general fund dollars. Board members, we also have an RFP out currently for new ovens at North Oconee High School. And this will conclude the operations report, unless there are any questions.
What kind of activities will those smaller buses be used for? Are we talking like smaller athletic teams or?
Yes, sir. So smaller teams like golf, a range of our academic teams, special education does trips during the day as well. So we're really going to have a lot more flexibility with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
You said no CDL required, right? So
No CDL,
just a
they
regular
do.
driver's license?
It does, but they do have to go through a training through our transportation department, and then they can take those vehicles as needed.
Okay, thank you.
How many is it?
2 buses. All right, thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, Dr. White. Mr. Ricketson?
Good evening. The Oconee County Schools Operations and Facilities May 5th, 2025 Board of Education report contains 2 items of information and 3 action items for the May 12th, 2025 board meeting. First item of information is the April League Custodian meeting was held on Thursday, April 3rd, and was hosted by the team at Oconee County Elementary School. The team discussed equipment maintenance, proper cleaning of vomit, and SMO, our custodial partner, offered a safety topic that they presented. Our custodial teams are to be commended for their rigorous work, ensuring that our schools are clean for health. Second item of information is construction update. First is the district-wide generator project. As you can see, we've got a new generator sitting there. I believe that's High Shoals. And then to the right, just a reminder, this project also includes a data center reliability improvements. Part of that was new air conditioning for the data center, and as you can see in the photograph, that's been installed. Next is our Oconee County High School practice field lighting. I've confirmed with the vendor today that the lights are scheduled to arrive the last week of this month, and installation will begin early June. We have 3 action items this month. The first is North Oconee High door hardware improvements. It's the superintendent's recommendation for the Board of Education to approve Classic City doors for the hardware and door enhancement project for a proposal cost of $83,523.20 at the May 12, 2025 board meeting. This project will be paid for using ELOST and general fund dollars. This will upgrade the hardware so it matches the other schools in our district. Action item number 2 is Oconee High School parking lot addition. It's the superintendent's recommendation is for the Board of Education to approve Smith & Co. Incorporated for the Oconee High School parking lot addition project for a proposal cost of $822,916.46 at the May 12th, 2025 board meeting. This project will be paid for using ELOS and general fund dollars. This project will add 194 spaces to the Oconee High, student spaces for Oconee High, which will bring the two schools with a similar number of parking spaces. Third action item is the maintenance facility paving. The superintendent's recommendation is for the Board of Education to approve Magnum paving for the maintenance facility paving project for a proposal cost of $192,414 at the May 12, 2025 board meeting. This project will be paid for using ELOS and general fund dollars. The maintenance is our only facility left that doesn't have a paved lot. This will give us a safer place to park our vehicles and also to store materials and equipment. And that concludes the facilities report, unless there are any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Ricketson. Next, we have Human Resources, Mr. Kofer.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Branch. Human Resources report for this evening contains one item of information and one action item for this evening. Our first item of information is the retiring educators reception that we held just a few hours ago. We gathered to celebrate a truly special occasion, our annual teacher retirement reception. This year, we had the distinct honor of recognizing 19 exceptional educators whose remarkable achievements and steadfast dedication have shaped the lives of countless students. Each of these individuals has contributed significantly to the success and spirit of Oconee County Schools, and together they represent nearly 400 years of combined service. Their unwavering commitment to education and impact on generations of learners have left an enduring legacy, not only within our school community, but well beyond it. We are deeply grateful for their service and proud to have had them as part of our educational family. Our action item for this evening is an update on our superintendent search agency. Board members, at your direction, Human Resources was tasked with gathering information on search agencies that specialize in superintendent searches. In response, we provided you with information on the two most prominent agencies operating within the state of Georgia, the Georgia School Boards Association and the Georgia Leadership Associates. After your careful consideration of both firms and a review of a provided MOU by our school board attorney, we bring forward tonight's action item at your request to formally approve Georgia Leadership Associates as the selected search agency to assist in identifying the next superintendent for Oconee County Schools. The search will be led by two highly respected educational leaders, Dr. Alan McCannon, retired superintendent of Madison County Schools, and Mr. Wes Taylor, retired superintendent of Lowndes County Schools. Both bring a wealth of experience and a deep knowledge of Georgia's educational landscape that will help ensure a successful and well-executed search process. This concludes Human Resources report for this evening, unless there are any questions.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Kofer. Next, we have Communications, Mr. Colquitt.
Thank you, Mr. Ransom. Good evening, board members and Dr. Branch. The communications report this evening contains two items of information. The first is April social media information. Oconee County Schools had 45 social media posts in April with an average of 11,739 views. The top post for April was the employee service recognition that took place at the April 21st board meeting. That post was viewed 28,700 times. Our team also followed up that evening by highlighting Mr. Robert Harris of Colon Ferry Elementary and the Transportation Department for his 52 years of service to the district. That post was viewed just shy of 27,000 times and was shared 80 times. Those two posts ranked numbers 1 and 3 for the month. For the month of April, 9 of the posts were viewed more than 22,000 times. Another 10 were viewed more than 10,000 times. Those 19 posts averaged more than 19,500 views. 4 of those 19 posts were generated from recognitions at board meetings in April and averaged 16,700 views. Board members, thank you once again for carving out time in board meetings to recognize the great things going on in our schools with students, staff, and leaders. Oconee County Schools gained 72 followers to social media in April, giving the district 22,918 across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. In addition, the OCS newsletter released on April 30th had 8,159 unique opens, which is a rate of 67.1%. The industry average for education is 39%. We thank the parents, students, community members, businesses, and media outlets that follow and engage with our social media accounts. The second item of information is the April highlights video. Board members, as you can see, another great month in our schools around Oconee County. That concludes communications, unless you have any questions for me.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Colquitt. Business Services, Mr. Adams.
Good evening, board members and Dr. Branch. Business Services would like to take a brief moment to update you regarding the fiscal year 26 tentative budget. Due to a statewide software challenge in the Tax Commissioner's office, the Tax Digest numbers have not yet been finalized. As a result, this critical data is not currently available, and we are unable to present the tentative budget as planned this evening. We have been in regular communication with our Tax Commissioner, who has been very responsive and is working diligently to provide us with the necessary information as soon as it becomes available. The Tax Digest is a key factor in accurately projecting our revenue for the upcoming fiscal year. Proceeding without it would be premature and could result in inaccuracies that we want to avoid. We remain committed to transparency and accuracy in our budgeting process. Once we have received the finalized Tax Digest data, we will adjust our schedule and ensure that the tentative budget is brought before the board in a timely manner for review and discussion. Thank you for your understanding and continued support, and that concludes my update, unless there are any questions.
Do they have an idea of what time maybe they'll have it available? Kind of know.
Maybe this week is what last report we got, but they said that last week too, so we'll see.
I was about to say, I like the way you said maybe, Peter. That was very promising. What is the deadline? When do we really need to have this budget through its process? What kind of time frame are we working with?
We'll have to have discussions with y'all about if we want to proceed with just doing it as, like we've done in the past, projecting the revenue and move forward. But with the changes in the HB 581, we thought it'd be prudent to wait and see what the Tax Digest numbers came out to be so we can accurately predict what the rollback rates will be for the county.
Good, thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, we have action items. Dr. Branch.
Yes, sir. You heard the report from Mr. Kofer, so we would recommend GLA, the Superintendent Search Agency, as presented.
Need a motion to do so? So moved. Mr. Toole. Ms. Parrish, all in favor? Passes 4-0. We do need, I have a need to enter an executive session to discuss personnel matters, and I need a motion to do so.
I'll make a motion that the board will adjourn to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon personnel matters as described on the affidavit to be attached to the minutes.
Second.
Ms. Parrish, Mr. Hammond, all in favor? Passes 4-0. We are adjourned.